Wow. What a sensational title, right? It must be clickbait. No, no, not this time. I'm actually moving. I struggled for a while forgive my hair. I just came out of the shower. I struggled for a while on how to, announce this because I think that for like 99% of YouTubers, an announcement like this would be like, met with a chorus of, oh, go enjoy yourself, have a great time, enjoy your life, whatever. But I know that there's a particular anxiety, tinging this announcement, at least for a lot of the people who are going to watch it, because for many of my viewers, I'm a kind of canary in the coal mine, for the decline of America, right? When the jackbooted thugs break down my door and beat me to death for daring to criticize Israel, that's then everyone else in America who watches me gets to go like, oh, now we really freak out. So I want to be clear real quick, me leaving America right now, it's not directly because of the general decline of the country. Here, I'll explain. Let me back up. I agonized for how to make this video because like I didn't want to make it too early. Because if I made it too early, I had a feeling this is about as far back as I could possibly push it. Because pretty soon everything back here is going to be put in a box and shipped overseas. I hate talking about things that are going to happen. If you make this announcement too early, they just want to talk about the future with you. And I'm not talking about my future with you guys. I'm talking about my future with the people in my life. I didn't want there's enough going on in America right now to cover and talk about without me getting distracted by people chirping away at my future plans. So let's address it. Right? Why am I moving? Well, the answer is simple, folks. It's not for canary in the coal mine reasons. It's love. When I met my beautiful partner some years back, I knew that they were, and believe it or not, still are, an immigrant, And as much as I'm able to tolerate the general decline of things in this country, I enjoy a lot of privileges that immigrants don't. The administration has made it abundantly clear that they'll take any opportunity they can to, really go after immigrants, especially because they don't enjoy the same protections that, citizens do. And for that reason, obviously, my partner's had a lot of, trepidations about continuing to stay here in the United States. I knew that when I met up with them. So I guess the question was, when we first started going out, would things work off, would they work well enough between us that eventually, when they decided it came time for them to move, I would join them. Things have hit it off between us. I don't know what to tell you folks. I'm in love. It's corny, but it's true. I'm tired. I woke up early for a flight. Not the flight. I'm leaving at the end of the month, give or take, to the Netherlands, by the way, so I can enjoy some goddamn urbanism before I die. Look, I love Seattle, and Seattle's on the up and up right now too, with the light rail transit, the link. It's been doing quite well in terms of modernizing itself and pedestrianizing. But if I'm gonna move, I might as well do it to a look. If my partner was like, I want to get out of here, let's move to Croatia. Maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation. Maybe I'd be like, I'll take my chances here in the States. No hate to Croatians. I'm sure there are many, many good ones out there. Very fine people. Sorry. No, I mean, I really, the reason I agonized on making this video is because I understood that a lot of people would contextualize it in this broader narrative of American decline. I wanted to make jokes about it too last night when we were watching the Abdul Al-Sayed versus Haley Stevens Democratic Senate primary in Michigan. Like, this country's done. If Abdul gets less than +5 points in the primary, then I'm moving. And then and people take it as a joke. But then the next morning, I'm leaving the United States. That would have been good. But I didn't want to introduce bad juju. There was enough going on last night. That's really the main reason I haven't wanted to talk about it. It's just, it feels like there's enough going on right now. I go live with the scant time that I've had. That's the reason why I've been absent so much lately, by the way. The entire house has been packed up. I've been traveling to visit my favorite sites. I went down to see the Southwest again. I visited my friends. My friends have visited me. I'm going to see my family. It's one of the reasons I've been so busy, and God, what a time to be busy with everything going on. Look, I'm not going to lie. There's a part of me that's enjoying the opportunity to get out of the country. It's not exactly a high point for America lovers, and I do love this country, at least in a kind of abstract sense, right? The actual politics of the country have been doing nothing but letting me down lately, but in the abstract sense, I've always consider myself an American no matter where on earth I live. I don't know. It's a special place, folks. It's the center of the world. What can I say? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of doomsaying lately on stream. Like I've talked about future decline, climate decline, like environmental decline, financial decline, a lot of stuff that's affecting the whole world. And I just don't want people to get the impression that I'm moving right now because of all that. Don't get me wrong. I think that in some respects, the Netherlands is probably farther away from that kind of collapse than the United States is. I'm not retracting my negative predictions here, about the US kind of pointedly. But in my opinion, all of the stuff I've talked about, the direction the world's going in right now, trying to run away from that by moving to a different country is like trying to avoid the night by chasing the sunset. You might be able to make like a marginal difference here. I mean, a very, very marginal one. But at the end of the day, you're not faster than the rotation of the earth. The night's going to sweep you up. You got to be ready for it. I mean, my God only knows with the Netherlands, right? The whole country's underwater because of their land reclamation bid. The whole country's New Orleans, so maybe it's the worst place to move to. I'd love to go see their pavers and their bicycles, whatever they do over there in the Netherlands. I don't know, what do they do over there? They got that they got clogs. I don't know. I haven't been. It'll be exciting to go. I'm very excited. I'm young. I have a job that allows me to travel. I feel I should take advantage of that opportunity. I would hate to live a life, touched by privilege as it is, here in the United States, always wondering, wouldn't it have been nice for me to have gone and seen more of the world, lived in more of the world before, the whole planet caught on fire? Oh, maybe. Look, the gist of it's this. It's not going to affect the content. Might affect the stream schedule in the long run, but I'll see what I can do about that. Still going to talk about the same stuff, still going to be the same person. I really think that for the most part, like again, most YouTubers, I don't think there'd be like a bittersweet tone to this, but it's hard to avoid the contextualization that this has anything to do. To be clear, even if America was doing well right now, my partner would still want to leave. And, I'm sorry, folks, I'm smitten. What can I do, What am I going to do? Not live with them? Come on. Got to give it a shot, don't I? It's love, folks. It's the beating heart of the universe. You got to do what you can. So be proud, be proud of me for chasing my truth, and happy for me on those grounds. I understand that a lot of my American viewers, and there are many of you, have a kind of sense of camaraderie with me, where like the fact that we're suffering together in this country, lends some additional credibility to my words. Hopefully the fact that we're all suffering on the same planet will suffice for you. And I'm sure there will be some Dutch viewers of mine who are like, yoo-hoo! How do they sound, these Dutch people? Yoo-hoo! Whoopee! They'll be like that. Now the camaraderie there can be, perceived to be stronger. Yeah, I keep looking at the OBS window. My hair's a mess. No, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Not really going to affect the channel. Around the end of the month, I'm going to move. There's going to be some, absences from the channel before and after that for reasons pretty obvious. Moving overseas is a pretty big deal. I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running once I get there, though I do have a wedding to attend right after I move, unfortunately. Not the most convenient timing there, so, I'm going to be AWOL for a bit, but I can record videos on my phone, It just doesn't feel like that channel relevant of a thing. It should be more channel relevant. I feel like the smart thing to do here would be to make content of it, you know what I mean? Do some like long meandering post about how this is because of American decline, but I don't know. Some people are going to be weird about this. They're going to be like, in some way, me moving detracts from the credibility of my criticisms or points about America, But if from the Netherlands or wherever I might move in the future, I feel that my commentary on American politics holds just as much water as a Californian or Washingtonian my talks on Florida did. You know what I mean? Like the idea that, there's unless you're commenting on your own house and within the four walls of the room you're currently sitting in, there's always going to be some kind of perceived distance, I just know I'm going to say something about America like 6 months from now, and somebody in chat's going to be like, well, yeah, you moved, you left, so what now? And then I have to like engage with that as though it's an argument. I'm sorry, I'm anticipating negativity too much. It's early in the morning. I had to wake up early for this flight. This is not the flight where I'm moving, just to be clear. I know a lot of you people don't pay attention. No, that's pretty much the long and short of it. So pretty soon, once I'm back from this little trip, I'll go back to streaming for a little bit, though this stuff's going to be gone. And then a little while after that, I'll be gone. and then the next time I pop up, I'll be, you know, I'll be somewhere, I'll be somewhere more more pedestrianized, because the inside of a house is always pretty pedestrianized unless you live a really cursed life, or unless you're one of the cars, in which case I assume that their houses are. Do they? I've never seen the Cars movies. Do they live in houses, or do they just sleep on the street? What a weird movie premise. No, yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. No, so anyway, you know, I'm off. Hopefully everyone's like super duper normal about this, and you know, until then, I'll see you guys soon. Good luck out there.